How do people afford to live? I simply don't understand how the average person affords to live anymore, yet it seems like everyone is thriving financially. It seems like everyone is capable of affording nice things, nice house, vacations, nice cars, concerts, going out, etc. Except me. I've lived modestly my entire life. I just don't understand how this is even remotely possible for the average person these days. The numbers don't add up, not even close. I have a great job that pays well above average in my area, yet I'm still living paycheck to paycheck, and it's only getting worse with the cost and inflation. I'm on the verge of pulling out of my 401k just to survive, which kills me to even think about. Buying a house is merely a fantasy dream at this point, as the average house in my area is selling within the 400-500k range, and continues to rise. Default rates on credit cards and mortgages are still almost at historical lows, so it makes you wonder, how is everyone doing it, let alone with ease? I don't get it one bit. Below are my basic monthly expenses. I live in Central Florida for perspective and work at an aerospace company. 30 years old, male with wife and newborn, so roommates are obviously not ideal. Sadly, the cost of daycare outweighs my wife working. Salary $82,000. $6,271.80 gross monthly. $4,237 net monthly. Monthly expenses: $2,200 rent, $200 electric summer in Florida, $90 sewer fixed fee by city, $25 trash fixed fee by city, $70 water, $50 internet, $430 vehicle payment, $180 car insurance basic coverage, $50 cell phone service. Total monthly expenses $3,295. Money left over $942 or $31.40 day. This doesn't even account for groceries, household goods, fuel, medical expenses, vehicle repairs, maintenance, etc. etc. How is it physically possible to survive in today's world on $31 a day? I'm literally one trip and fall away from living in a cardboard box, and the thought of it haunts me constantly. Can someone enlighten me on what is going on? How is everyone surviving? We're not. I'm in a similar boat as you, and worried about what comes next. A lot of people are very deep in debt, people inherit money without admitting it, and a lot of them lie about how well they're doing. You're probably not doing as bad as you think, relatively speaking. I live in North Central Florida too. The cost of living relative to wages around here has gotten pretty bad. I always find it funny how people go on about the Colin NY or CA, yet give Florida a pass. I work remote for companies in California, so I can afford to live in FLOL. A good friend of mine was telling me about guys buying new pickup trucks. Always the big ones. Denali edition. But the buyers were all borrowing money and with really lousy credit scores. We figured $800 a month just for the truck. Probably $300 a month for fuel. Add the insurance, etc. We both figured this should have imploded 12 months ago. I'm not sure how people are doing it either. Because every one of those people probably have an iPhone, plus $120 monthly fees. I am dumbfounded. Debt, lots and lots of debt. Finding a way to ditch that car payment would go a long way. I drove beat as I could repair myself for a long time. Gotta know how to fix a beater though. My guess is that a lot of people live off credit cards and have very little in the way of savings. Being married means my bills are basically cut in half and my income is greatly increased. I have also aggressively changed jobs a bunch in the last few years and got myself in one now where I make a good salary while working from home, so I save money that way. When I was single, I would have had roommates though. You're spending a ton of money on rent. Also it's lol funny that Florida makes you pay for trash pickup instead of just having that built into your taxes. Most people are liars though. I make a boatload of money but spend very modestly. I have acquaintances try to flex on me with 1/4 my salary, and what they buy finance is so irresponsible. They are speeding down the highway with no brakes just hoping everything goes well. Gets harder and harder every damn day. I worked in Florida in aerospace, also low wages and ridiculous housing. Get out of Florida, my life is way better with better climate, I might add, in South Carolina. My husband works a blue-collar job in a supervisory role. The people that work under him all have 300-400K houses standard for the area, boats, 2 new vehicles, etc. They cannot go a single week without a paycheck. These people make 100K. Their industry is in a lull right now, and he's fielding 50 calls a day for people who are looking for work because they're in between jobs and can't go that week without a check. My secret, with a wife and 2 kids, never eat out. Never. Ever. Make stuff that's cheap and makes a lot of food. I'm talking about like chili or something in the crock pot. Eat leftovers for lunch. Every fucking day. Use rice and potatoes a lot. If you eat out, which you should only do on special occasions, try to eat only half and save the other half for your next meal. In case you're wondering, I weigh 205 and am 6 feet tall. Most of us have way too many calories. We not. I make 50K between 2 jobs, have no major debt, I have a BA, I rent a house with my partner, they make about 60K and have a BS, and we are hand-to-mouth, paycheck to paycheck. We want to go for our masters but there's just no good way to do it. Too broke to leave, barely affording to get by. You need to do something about the rent. $2,200. Oof. I think at that point I'd consider being homeless again. As a straight-up middle-class citizen who is a homeowner, I can feel the pressure of being pushed to below middle class. I'm just using straight hard-nosed working willpower to try and survive that downward push, but damn, it's exhausting. If you go by the formula of 28 for housing, you should be around $1700, $1800. That $4,500 a month difference would make it more comfortable for you. How much longer do you have to pay on the car? Once it's paid off, keep it for at least another 5 years and put the amount you were making payments into a high-yield savings account. Your next new car you should be able to pay cash for. Then you keep that paid car for 10 or more years while saving and investing. Can you do anything to move to a cheaper place or get a roommate? Debt maxing. Contrary to popular belief, you can't be thrown in jail for debt. You take out a bunch of credit cards, max them out, refuse to pay, have it go to collections, refuse to pay collections by acting like a crackhead, have them sue you, continue to say you can't pay, and then settle $300K in debt for $4K. $2,200 in rent? Yikes, that's where your dollar is going. We own a duplex in Milwaukee Company, mortgage is $1,400 and we charge $850 for upper unit rent. My wife makes just less than you and I'm home with the twins. You'd live very comfortably here on $82,000. Gotta live well below means, or are comfortable wit. I know someone who makes about $60,000 and lives in the ghetto. Owns an older Chevy Impala, and rent is $1,000 million with some utilities included. His goal is to FIRE, so while he's living well below his means, he's investing his money in various ETFs and getting pretty solid annual returns. He's currently 29, and I can see him happily retiring in 15-20 years. My family is not thriving. We've never made more money in our lives, yet never felt poorer. You aren't surviving on $31 a day when that is your leftover after expenses. Also, $180 more for car insurance? That is really, really high. And, paying $430 more for a 2017 vehicle? I could go round and round about that one.